Welcome back to the Legends Lounge. I'm Ferdinand
I'm Joel Bayer.
and today we are honoured to welcome Albania's most capped player of all time with an impressive 93 appearances for his country. He captained Albania in their first major international tournament, UEFA Euro 2016 in France.
He speaks 5 languages. Well, when I spoke to Lorik earlier on, he said maybe 7, but we'll stick with 5 full ones. He's a United Nations ambassador and is the grassroots ambassador for children's football in Albania. Please join us, the one and only Mr. Lorik Cana. How you doing? You okay?
Good morning, yeah. I'm very good, thank you.
You good?
Good to be here.
Wow, where do we start, man? Albanian fans have been absolutely crazy to be around. Cars flying around with flags hanging out, people hanging out of windows, beeping in the restaurants, in the bars, in the streets. Like, your fans have taken over Düsseldorf. They've been amazing.
Seeing like how they behave, how they support, how they promote our nation, and the relations they have with every opponent fans, starting back last week against Italy with the Italians and with the Croatians, and yesterday with the Spanish, with absolutely no trouble at all, and just enjoying us and being proud to be Albanian, to be here, part of the rest of the continent, to be honest. For us, that was the first victory and achievement. And for sure, we wanted to go a little bit further on the group stage, but we knew, like, when you draw top 3 teams, it's difficult for us. But it's up there, and absolutely we are very, very proud of every each one of them.
Looking back at that last game against Spain, I mean, you still had top players to play against. I mean, you had David Raya, Laporte, Torres, Joselu. You guys handled yourself pretty well.
I think we did. Like, we have a pretty young team, to be honest. We're gonna have talents. We're gonna have a good potential in the future. And I think for let's say not small teams, but teams like have everything to learn and to lose. This is part of our path. You have to go through these competitions to get the experience and to get, let's say, the level, and then you can build on top of it. We started bad in 2016. There is just a few players left from 2016, but at least now people knows how it is to perform and to play in these kinds of Rio knows very well. You know, when you are there and you play all the time, then you have all that knowledge which is not about the skills, but everything, how to approach the game and everything. So for us, it's part of our path to go and grow and maybe build on that and trying to be back again.
Was there any moments in there where you think, you know what, we could have probably done better? Maybe looking at the Croatia game, the 2-2.
I was most of our people were pretty disappointed about how we played the first game. You know, that was a little bit my worry. I remember back when we started our first game in 2016, you know, when you're there for the first time, you want it or not, you have that special emotion, you know, for bringing all these people around and being proud to represent your country for the first time. I thought that we passed that small, you know, emotionally like gap when you go over it. And I think against Italy we scored that early goal about 23 seconds.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I don't know why we didn't have the right behavior, right attitude on that game. I think we could have done much better. You can still lose the game. I mean, you play against Italy, you can definitely lose the game. But the way we played, that's definitely under our level. The Croatian game was even much better. I mean, we were in all the time. We were find the right distance, get approach, been aggressive, and trying to say our word and scored two games. And we didn't stop until we scored that equalizer in the last minute. But you know, people were saying Spain is already top of the group. They're gonna change a lot of players. There is some players missing, like Rodri and anyone else. But you know, when you're selected from 23 of Spain, you know that there is no first and second team. Like, those guys are some of the best in their position, and sometimes those guys want to have some space for what comes after for them. So I don't think it was the easiest game for me. We did it okay. I just think we could have been a little bit more courageous and try sometimes a little bit more to go and finish.
Yeah. Isn't it? The last part of the game, some chances.
Do you think the occasion is too big for them in those games? So, for example, if you take the Italy game, you scored within the first minute. I mean, we're watching going, oh, wow, what's going on here? But then next thing you know, do you think the players are feeling it as well? They almost can't believe it themselves, and then that kind of like disorientates them?
Absolutely, especially when you're a young team. You try then maybe to see and take your positions, but as I said, I think we could have tried more. I think we have more quality. Back in 2016, we were a different team, more experienced team. It was very difficult to try, and we didn't concede a lot of goals. It was even very difficult to approach our goal. When you were coming back in 2016, we were coming to the last 30 meters of the team, and then it was kind of bunker.
Yeah.
Like it was struggling to actually score to Albania. I think this generation a little bit more quality, starting from the midfield and forward. And I think, as I said, the only thing it's we could have tried more and maybe use it a bit more our possibilities, especially when having the ball. But by saying that, I think, as I said before, it's just for us. It's part of our teaching and our learning lessons about how is the football in the highest level.
Just want to move on to the manager, who I think has done a magnificent job with you guys. Obviously, we know him from England from playing for Arsenal, Sylvinho. He's been presented the Golden Decoration of the Eagle, we're hearing. Has he been given like a citizenship as well for Albania? What's the impact that he's had for Albanian football?
I think the impact was very good. I mean, after the biggest success in 2016, they were the change of generation. I left. Some of important players left the national team because we were then retiring, and it's not easy then to come back. The expectations are higher, you know, when you put the bar high, and then the expectation to keep that kind of level is very difficult. But he had a very good impact. I mean, he came with a fantastic mentality. His body language, talking with the people, talking with the players, talking with the media, talking with everyone, is absolutely amazing. The guy, he shines. He has a fantastic impact, and I think Albania, he tried to get the best, have a clear idea what he wants. He brought in some very good talents and young players. And I think he did absolutely well. Like finishing in the qualification top of the group, it's not easy. We managed to do that, and actually Sylvinho was something very good to us. But as much for us as a team and as much for him as a coach, I think we could have all do something a little bit more. Not maybe on the result side, but maybe on the performance side sometimes. And I think it's exactly for the same thing for him. I think he will learn on that on this tournament as well, for him to even grow and have a better experience.
Well, guys, can Sana put Albania top of the 9-dart challenge? Roll the VT, guys. Let's see what he done. You just got 9 darts you got to throw. Okay. We've got a 9-dart challenge. We want you to take part in. All the players are doing it.
Let's see.
Just try and get the most numbers you can get. Oh, there you go. 11. 13.
That's a 2.
You're going to shoot straight 9 darts.
Okay.
That's not bad. Oh, treble.
That's a triple?
Treble 17. Oh, massive. Treble 17. 51. Oh.
No, that's
61.
simple.
Wow, he's got in the lead already. Oh.
I don't know
6.
what is it. Triple. No, it's a 4. Triple 4 maybe.
Triple 4, 12. Oh my gosh, almost a 25. 11.
That's not. All luck.
Incredible stuff. Lorik, you are top of the table, top of the league, man.
You have gone ahead of Cesc Fabregas. 129 you got there on a 9-dart challenge. Wow.
Rio, you didn't even bother, did you? You didn't think you had it in you.
I think I need to go again, you know.
Yeah.
I'm bottom of the league. I was doing it with my eyes closed.
Oh, man. Well done. Let's see if anyone can beat you as the tournament goes. But I want to focus it back to your career. Look, you were eligible to play for Albania, Switzerland or France, but you chose Albania. First of all, why?
Mostly, it's my family fault. It's my family fault. A lot of people gives credit about that side. You know, I'm part of that generation of Albanians from Kosovo, or from former Yugoslavia, and you guys maybe met a lot of people from the Balkans, and we all suffered about that conflict and that war, and nobody wants to be in that position. So my dad was a former professional football player. He played back in the Yugoslavian league, which was one of the best league at that time in the 70s and 80s. Played with some amazing player, and then he went in retire. When the conflict started and the situation get worse in late 80s, I started school in Kosovo, and as you know, there is a lot of Albanian players play for Albania, which are from Kosovo. Yeah. We left to Switzerland, and I grew up in Switzerland. At that time, you know, you have that part that you know you came to a new country as a refugee, but you know you're born, you're being raised, and all your family is back in your country, and people are mostly suffering about the situation, and then the conflict on the 90s. And I said to myself, you know, if there is something you can do through sport, which is our passion, there is a, let's say, something you can do for your country, for promoting your country and your nation and everything, I think it's completely natural, and this is just the values I've been taught from my family. So I said, if one day I am able and I can be someone helping my nation through sport, and I think sport and football mostly is the best ambassador, you have to do it. So there was never a choice for me since I'm a little kid. I want to say one day I want to play for Albanian national team, and this is for us a symbol of unity, and that's exactly how I did all my career.
You participated in the first major international competition for Albania in 2016, the UEFA Euros. What is that like? Because obviously I'm from England. We're from the country where it's kind of expected to be at those tournaments. When you're the part of the team that goes first, what does that mean to you and your country?
Being the first is absolutely crazy. I mean, you know, Albanians have been fancying and supporting Italy, Germany,
England,
few, but mostly it was Italy and Germany, and a lot of Albanians were already having a team to support in the US, and for the first time they have their national team there. That's the biggest proud you can have for supporting, and not only football fans, everyone. So for us who were part of that generation was absolutely amazing, and as I said, it was just a matter of time, and we were good to achieve it on that season. I'm pretty proud of it, and I think that's as a let's say record and a souvenir. I think not only as a football player but as a person that was something absolutely amazing.
Especially the win against Romania. Did you guys party?
Could you imagine what it was like?
Because the way your fans were.
Well, you know, look, we had that win, and we won that first ever game on our first qualification. But we were pretty unlucky on that time because we were Group A. We lost 1-0 against Switzerland. We conceded the first goal on minute 90 against France. We were 0-0 against France, minute 90, and we managed to win against Romania. But we were Group A. We were at 3 points, -2, and then everyone has to play after us. You know, sometimes, you know, when there is a team on the edge, and you know, they can try, maybe not risk to lose. They just go for a draw. This is exactly what happened. And actually, with 3 points, I think in this edition you can go further.
Yeah.
In that edition, we finished four team with 3 points, and we were out with Turkey. And Portugal passed with 3 points, and they just won the tournament at the end. So, but for us, it was still an amazing experience.
You know what? He's an Arsenal fan, and when we'd done a bit of research, and he was like, you got asked to go to Arsenal, as a 16-year-old, but obviously you didn't get the visa, which killed it. What's that like for a young, aspiring footballer to have the chance to come over to the Premier League, but then be told no? And just talk us through that.
I think it was a very particular time of my childhood. You know, I've been raised in Lausanne. It's a city, you know, in the French side of France, Lausanne Sport. I've been growing there. Had a very good football academy, and there I reached the age of 16. And at that time, the sports director, he was a French guy. The sports director been in touch with Arsene Wenger. And they came. He sends twice scouts to watch me on the league. I was just 16 years old, and then at that time, At that time, we were just after the war in Kosovo, and mostly, you know, when you are a refugee, when there is no war situation or conflict situation, then who has no permanent visa, or they send you back. So mostly that's what we have, because we had a visa every 6 months to stay in Switzerland for 10 years. I grew up in Switzerland with the permit every 6 months to go further. And then the conflict starts, so we know like probably they're going to send us back. And for me, that was lately maybe my last chance to go and have a possibility to do something in football. So you go back in Kosovo after a conflict, a war, it's very difficult then to go somewhere else. So I had the possibility, the invitation from Arsenal to go and try, and went to the embassy, and they didn't give me the visa to go and make the trial. So at that time, a 60-year-old kid, which has let's say
Dreams.
Taking care of all his family with him, it can be a little bit difficult. So I didn't go, stopped there, organized the trial to Paris Saint-Germain. When in Paris, I was not even 17, I was still 16. The trial went very well, and then I started everything in Paris.
But you did get the chance to go back to England years later. So obviously you were with PSG, you did the stuff at Marseille. I don't know how you managed to move from rival to rival, but that's for another day. But then you had the chance to come back to England to play for Sunderland. Now we've been doing some research. We've spoken to Anton, we've spoken to Kieran Richardson as well, your former teammates. How did you find the Premier League?
The feeling of getting in the Premier League was absolutely fitting my way to play football. You know, like they were saying about England and this stuff, and how fast it goes and how strong it is. It took me 3 months to come in Sunderland and get the name the Beast of the Northeast. And I had Steve Bruce coming the first time, and he said, I never thought I will go to a player and said, you have to calm down. But the feeling was absolutely amazing. The place where I went, Sunderland, I mean, the spirit and the people on that club, the mentality of the club, how proud of they are, everything was just fitting with me, and I think it was an absolutely amazing experience. And everywhere when you go in England, it's amazing. There is no stadium or no place you go and you say, okay, the game is the game, we have the fighting spirit, but all around you can see like it's not the same way. Everywhere it's top. It's amazing. I think it's definitely the best football I experienced in terms of feelings. Not only mostly in terms of quality, because I played Champions League many times before coming to the Premier League, and you can feel that level when you play on the top 6-7 teams. But even the rest of the team, it's amazing the experience you feel and the fans. So for me the Premier League was definitely something amazing.
That's good, because my brother, when we asked him, my brother said, he's a good player, man. Very intelligent guy as well. Yeah. Same as Kieran. So you left a good mark on these guys. So it was good. You know what? We've got this here. You're probably wondering what this is. This is we have lots of different things on here. Spin the wheel. We have all of our guests do it. So if whatever it lands on, you have to kind of do. So for instance, GOAT. Who is your GOAT? Celebrity crush. You understand that? Yep. So what's that one? Wished you had played with a player, phone message, etc. So you spin it, and wherever it lands, you can let us know. Let's go.
All right. Oh, okay.
We don't want GOAT. Okay. Oh yes, we've not had this yet. Celebrity crush.
Every field?
Which celebrity do you go? Oh, she's that's top.
Let me see.
Make sure your wife is okay with this. Okay. Don't want no problems.
I will go Italian, so I will stay on my wife's nationality. Monica Bellucci.
I knew it. I said somebody. I thought Fabio Capello would say an Italian Monica Bellucci. She's like the iconic. Oh, okay. She's like an iconic, like movie star, model, the lot.
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, crazy dark hair. Nice. See, I'm a worldly type of guy. I know these things about you.
Very cultured.
Cultured. That's the word.
Yeah, very cultured you are.
Well, one more go. Let's have another go. Oh, which player you wish you had played with?
That's a good one.
Because you played with Ronaldinho, you played with Ribery, so you played with some greats.
Zizou.
Oh, yeah.
Zizou. I grew up a little bit with Zizou, and I played when he was playing. But he's one of the most brilliant player ever played this sport, and I think playing with Zizou would have been something amazing. I was thinking about Cristiano as well, but Zizou for me remains something I wanted to play with him.
You played with Ronaldinho. Would you put him on top of Ronaldinho, Zidane?
I think so. I mean, Rony, one of the most skilled guy I ever see. Like, I remember him coming from Brazil, and the first time it was winter. I was just starting to go and train for the team. I was just 18 years old, and I started to come. It was Luis Fernandez at that time, the coach. And I remember the first training session was winter. It came from Brazil, and it was snowing that day. He didn't want to come out, but then the talent in training, in the game, and he reached his full potential in Barcelona. But we already consider he's a different kind of thing. Italians say fuori classe, out of the league. He's on his own league. One of the most amazing skilled player I played with. But for everything what he did, I think Zizou even reached some of the maximum of his potential, and I think Ronaldinho, something he could have done much more.
Well, you know what? You're taking it back to today and Euro 2024, and like we've been speaking about the impact of the fans and how great they've been. What is the legacy for Albanian football from this Euros?
You know, the legacy, it's first of all what we leave behind on people's mind about how Albanians are. This is exactly what happened back in 2016, and people still talk about how Albanians promote their country, their place, their values, and it's exactly what's going to happen here. There is a lot of Albanians living in Germany as well. And you know, when you have like tens of thousands of people around, and there is absolutely no problem, just brotherhood and enjoying ourselves and enjoying about what's football is all about. I think that's our biggest legacy we're going to leave as Albanians. I think a lot of people will miss Albanians. In terms of game, as I said, we showed we had the qualities why we are here, and technically it's going to help us, and I hope at least going to help us to keep improving and being back as soon as possible.
So you've been to a lot of games, you've been travelling around Germany watching the games. Which country has caught your eye and you think actually they look like my potential winners?
You know, before the competition I would have said France, England and Portugal. It's very early still on the stage, but I think France will still be there in a way or another. They still manage to go at least on the top four. Let's hope Mbappe is at least 100% even with the mask. You know, he's a game changer. He has to be a game changer even for France. And you see French have a lot of gas under the feet. They can still push on the gas. I wouldn't say the same thing for England. I think in a certain way they're gonna push more, but I don't think they have as much gas as France has, to be honest. And then just no disrespect for England, to be honest. I think they have an amazing team.
Your opinion.
France have a little something more, I think. Spain has been impressive in the group stage, but being impressive in the group stage is not there. You know, you can find yourself at one point struggling, going to additional time and getting out of in penalty. But I am still going to pick France. I mean, I have as a former player.
Connection.
I do want to say thank you very much, Lorik, for joining us today on Legends Lounge. Myself, Joel Bayer, Rio Ferdinand, it's been great to have you. And we will be back for more episodes, so please keep on watching. Check the playlist and everything, and we will be back soon. Peace.